Hello there my friends, welcome back to another How to Empyrion. Today we're taking a look at the tutorial, also known as the Robinson Protocol. Now I wanted to make this video first, but I forgot that the tutorial's actually been moved to the main screen, and I was looking for it with the other missions. So here we go. We begin our game like any other, crash landing with the escape pod. If you're new to the game, I suggest you crash land as closely as possible to the nearest shelter. You can easily identify the shelter by its white text. Stay away from the reds! And for me, in my case here, you can see that it's the engine compartment. I had to pull a Yui here so I could land near the shelter. I almost missed it. But it should be within your view from the escape pod. Already level 3, damn! Gotta love easy mode. So, here we have the briefing of Chapter 1, the Robinson Protocol. Message received.
Initializing restart sequence, checking logs, reason for crash unknown, position unknown, Titan, contact lost, loading failsafe data, restarting integrated data assistant, success.
Greetings, Commander. This is IDA reporting for duty. I am glad you survived the incident. My internal sensors indicate only minor damage to your suit. Although your vital signs are within normal parameters, studies indicate that disorientation after such incidents is to be expected. To assist you, I have created a list of tasks following the Robinson Protocol. During our descent, the sensors of the escape capsule detected an uninhabited structure close by. Mission details. I scanned the internal systems of the suit. Some of the integrated utilities are non-functioning, but the critical ones are operational. I shall endeavor to repair or reconstruct them as we go. Technical advice for handling the Survival Suit Mark II. The internal suit logistics system allows easy adding or swapping items and tools to and from your tool belt via drag and drop or hold shift plus left mouse button click. This also works for emptying cargo containers. The wireless command interface allows access of any device by just pointing at it and using button F. To show our communication feed, press period. Use enter to close the feed. Please start the Robinson Protocol when you are ready. Tasks. Check loadout, equip tool belt, find the shelter, activate shelter, find additional equipment, improve mobility, get a direction, do the groundwork, break stones, have lunch, mine ore deposit, processing ore, go hunting, stock food, and make yourself at home. Let's go!
So pretty straightforward, all we have to do is follow the tasks on the right hand side of the screen in our task list. So the first thing we need to do is check loadout. We need to grab all the items from our escape pod using F and open our inventory using tab. Once we've done that, we can equip the 4 items to our tool belt. The items we need to equip are the pistol, the medikit, the antidote, and the rations. And you can simply hold left shift and left click on the items to put them in your tool belt. Next up, we're going to find our shelter, and all we have to do is follow the marker. For me, my shelter again was the engine compartment, so that's what I'm looking for, and I found it. Don't forget to hit U and turn off your helmet so you're not wasting oxygen for nothing. This is a really good habit to get into, and it will serve you well later on. Next up is to activate the shelter, so we need to find the fuel tank, fill the fuel tank, and then activate the base using Y. Just a little side note here, Y is actually used to turn all bases and vessels on and off, and that would include SVs, CVs, and HVs. So there's the fuel tank. I'm going to access it using F, and I'll put in 1 fuel cell. To drop just 1 item from your stack, you would first pick it up with left click, and then right click to drop just 1. Next, we're going to activate our base, and all we have to do is get near it and press Y. If that doesn't work, you can try putting your crosshair on it and then hit Y. Our next task is to find additional equipment. First, we need to find the equipment locker and then open it using F. The entrance to this shelter is a little hard to find. It's actually in this thruster over here up the stairs. So if you happen to have the same shelter, just find this spot here, go through the thruster, and you'll see the door on the left. There are those lockers. Inside you'll find a whole bunch of goodies. Scoop those up using the arrow. The other lockers are empty. The next task on our list is improve mobility. We need to equip the constructor, place the constructor down, select our bike, create the bike, and then equip it. Now this may be a little counterintuitive for you. Don't get confused here. You might see that you've put in the kit and it's not available to you, and the reason is that you're actually on the wrong tab. I've made this mistake a number of times. You're not creating the construction kit, you're creating the actual bike for which you have the materials already. So we need to click the 5th tab and select the bike. You'll see it show up in your construction queue, and bang, you've got yourself a brand new bike to ride around in style, I might add. The next task is actually pretty easy. Get a direction. All you have to do is set a map marker, and to do that you hit M to bring up your map, and then just right click anywhere, select a waypoint and remove on approach if you want, hit accept. That's all you gotta do. Next is do the groundwork. We need to place down an O2 generator and activate the O2 generator. You can use your bike here to get to the nearest body of water. The bike is actually very useful. I suggest that you carry it with you at all times, because it will happen to you eventually that you'll lose your SV or your CV, and having the bike as a backup means of transportation is really helpful. It's a lot better than walking. My bike decided to take a swim here, but that's okay. I got it back fully refreshed. Hold left shift and hit F to pick up the bike, by the way. For the O2 generator, you want to make sure that you put it in the water, not near the water. That shallow water will not work, and just FYI, snow does work, so you can put any generator down on snow and it will work. Once you power up the O2 generator, that'll check another task off your list. And the next task is break stones. So we're going to equip our drill, we're going to right click and select stone removal, and we're going to find the nearest boulder, just like this one right here, and we're going to go mine it. This is a really good trick for getting ores early on in the game, but it's a whole lot easier than going to mine the conventional way. Especially with this first drill, it's just god-awful. So once you've mined the boulder, don't forget to pick up your ores and move on to the next task, which is have lunch. All you gotta do is eat. So just pick up some random food like this honey right here and mow it down. Task complete. Now the next task is a little bit more intensive, but it gets you in the habit of mining, which you have to do a lot of, especially early game. Mine ore deposit. You have to find an iron deposit, mine 50 iron ore, find cobalt deposit, mine 30 cobalt ore, find a copper deposit and mine 40 copper ore, find the silicon deposit and mine 30 silicon ore, and finally find the promethium ore and mine 30 promethium ore. Something weird happened to my bike here while I was jogging on top of it. That looks funny. The tutorial does a great job here of guiding you in the right direction. All you have to do is look around for the particular ore that you're looking for, or look on your map for the yellow map markers, and they will lead you to one of the ores on your list. First one I found was the cobalt deposit, so I scooped up 30 of those. Don't forget to right click on your drill and select resource mining before you do this, and also to pick up your ores as you go by mashing F repeatedly. Later on, the tier 2 drill will pick up all your ores automatically, so you won't have to worry about it. Finally uncovered the cobalt here and grabbed 30 ores. Next one I came across was the silicon deposit, and I promptly mined 30 of those ores. It's always best to mine using the mini drone or the remote drone using F5. That way you don't get stuck in a hole or anything like that. Next up is copper ore, 40 of those. Easy peasy, lemon squeezy. After that, I came across the iron deposit and grabbed 50 of those. If you have the time and the patience, it might be worth grabbing more than 50 because iron is always in short supply. It's one of the minerals that you never have enough of, so if you can, grab more than 50. But obviously save yourself enough biofuel to get the rest of your ores. And lastly for me was the promethium ore. I picked up 30 of those, and that completed that task. Pretty easy stuff, right? 2 more tasks to go, and as the hint is telling us here, we need to go back to the base and smelt all our ores into ingots. You actually don't need to smelt all of them, you just need 1 of each, which will output 10 ingots of each mineral. And you do this using your survival constructor. Don't forget to make 1 fuel cell as well. Once you've made your ingots, we have 2 more tasks to go. The go hunting quest is actually very easy. All you have to do is find an animal, shoot it, kill it, grab the meat, cook it up, stick it in the fridge, and move on to your final task. The final task is also very simple. All you have to do is hit P and access your registry by clicking on the 4th icon from the right, and you have officially completed the tutorial, my friend. Congratulations. You are now ready for the real game. So thanks for joining me, my friends, and I'll catch you on the next how-to. Take care.